Hi fellow homebodies. Welcome to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. My name's Amy. Oh, and here's Chipper. Say hi. Hi, Chippy. Hi, Chippy. Hi. Hi. And there's Scouty. They're going to be taking their nap soon. Welcome to a Friday afternoon here in the lovely Catskill area of New York State. Let's take a look outside. It's a little cloudy out, not too hot. Pretty nice day in the Catskills. All right, what's the plan for today? Well, what happened was I bought a pint of blueberries last week. And I like blueberries that are crunchy and a little sour. And when they get more ripe and soft, then I don't want to eat them anymore. And that's the point where they're perfect for baking. So if you have fruit that is a little bit too ripe, like bananas or blueberries, and you don't want to eat them the way they are, you can always turn them into a delicious baked good. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some blueberry muffins, which is one of my favorite recipes for sweet muffins. So let me show you this book I got. This is a book that my mother got me in the 1990s. And I think I got it as a Christmas gift. And it's called Mostly Muffins by Barbara Albright and Leslie Weiner. And my mom always used to write, when she would give us a book, she would write inside it. She wrote in it, "Dear Amy, enjoy this simple little cookbook. It will come in handy. Love, Mom." And as you can tell, this book is well worn. It got wet. The pages are falling out on the back. And I have made so many recipes from this little book. But one of my favorite ones is this blueberry muffin recipe, which you can see all the stains on the page from the years that I have used this recipe. Delicious recipe. We're going to try it today. All right, let me just explain the ingredients a little bit and then we'll get into the baking. But we are going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 stick of butter, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, blueberries, of course, and a 1/2 cup of milk. And I think that's all the ingredients that we're going to need for this quick blueberry muffin recipe. So let's start mixing and getting everything ready. it's a fairly easy recipe. It took me about 15 minutes to put it together. I did melt the butter in the microwave. Other than that, you hand mix it. It doesn't really take a lot of time to measure out the few ingredients. All right, these are going to bake for 20 minutes in a 400-degree oven. Again, I've made this recipe many, many times. It's a very good recipe. And you can freeze these muffins. And I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to freeze a few of these for Julius for when he comes home. So when he gets home, he'll have some blueberry muffins, and you can either pop these in the oven to reheat for 15 minutes, like a 350-degree oven, or you can put them in the microwave a couple seconds to defrost them real quick, and they come out just as good as they do when they're freshly baked. So that's another great tip. Oh, guess what? Who has to go outside? Scout has to go outside. I guess this monster does too. All right, I'm gonna walk the dogs while the muffins are in the oven. I'll be back. All right, my dogs have been walked and they're taking their afternoon nap. So it's quiet. I can sit in the living room for a few minutes and talk to you guys. I was supposed to do laundry today, but last night I went to put a load of washed clothes into my dryer and my dryer broke. So that's never any fun. And what happened is, well, first of all, I think that the dryer, which we bought with the house, is original to the house. It's very old. I think it's from 2006. And my husband, Joe, thinks that the computer crashed on it because it's frozen. And he's tried unplugging it, restarting it. He looked online about how to reset it. It's not resetting. So we were planning on buying a new washer dryer because the washer dryer we have clearly is over a decade old and it hasn't been working great. But the frugal person in me doesn't want to replace an appliance until it doesn't work anymore. So we were hemming and hawing. Should we get a new washer dryer, even though we knew we needed one? But what do? We wait until it breaks. And now we have to wait like 10 days to get the new washer dryer delivered. So I guess I'm not doing much laundry for the next 10 days because I don't have a dryer. I don't have a place outside to hang clothes. I don't have a clothesline outside. I do have a hang area in my laundry room. So that's what I did with the clothes I washed yesterday that couldn't go in the dryer. I hung to dry. But I think we're just going to wait 10 days. Hopefully we have 10 days worth of underwear. But I'm trying not to do any laundry until we get our new washer dryer. So that's kind of where we are. Okay, these are done. When you're checking, I use this cake tester to test the middle of the muffins. It's coming out clean. All right, we're gonna let these cool, and then we're going to try one. I like to put a little butter on the warm muffin and let it melt a little bit. I like the saltiness of the butter with the sweetness of the blueberry muffin. So if you open it when it's warm, put a little butter on it. The butter will melt. Just give it a few minutes to soften. All right, let's try it. Little melted butter on top. It's as good as I remember it. By the way, I first made this recipe when I was in graduate school, which was the first time that I had lived away from home without a cafeteria. You know, when I went to graduate school, the college I went to didn't have housing for graduates, so I had to live off campus in a house, no meal plan, and I had my own kitchen. I lived with a roommate, and we had to cook, and that's pretty much when I began baking and cooking on my own, was when I went to graduate school when I was 22. And that's around the time that I got this book from my mother because I was cooking and baking. And I started baking this recipe when I was in my early 20s, and I've been making it ever since, so 30 years. But this is a really delicious recipe. I've made it many, many times. So if you're looking for a really quick blueberry muffin recipe, I recommend this one because it's tried and true. All right, that's where I'll leave this video. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you guys try this blueberry muffin recipe next time you're looking for something to bake. If you have blueberries that are overripe or mushy, this is a perfect recipe. You actually have to mash up some of these blueberries to mix into the batter to get the blueberry flavor through the whole batter. So if you have mushy blueberries, it's a perfect recipe to try. So I hope that you try it. I hope you're enjoying your July. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.